Hi, good morning. My name is Guru Prasanna. So, a couple of months ago, I made a video called the TVS e-champ. It was just a concept presentation. The idea was that what if TVS, the company, had a product, an electric version of the TVS champ. So, I modeled it and I made it into a presentation. So, after I made that presentation, I totally forgot. I posted it on YouTube, LinkedIn, on Instagram, all the social media platforms, and I forgot about it. Fast forwarding it to today, it has got over 35,000 views. Not one, not two, but 35,000 views in YouTube. To my surprise, I don't know how that even happened. So that brings me here today. I I am going to show the behind the scenes version of the presentation, how I molded it, how I gave it color, how I made the presentation, and each individual steps. So let's get started. So coming to the design, I used a CAD design software. You could use SolidWorks, Onshape, CATIA, Fusion 360, anything, but I used this SolidWorks to create this one. So you can see I have painstakingly designed most of the parts here, where the suspension, the frame, the design, the pedals, and everything. Some I took it from GrabCAD, like these tires. I didn't model them. I just downloaded from GrabCAD and assembled in this. But for the most part, I had to design everything. So I used a couple of reference photos how the TVS champ looked like, and I used those images to check how everything is going to come in here, and I modeled it based off that. You can see here that these are the reference photos that I have used in the thing. The red one, you can see the pedal where it's going to go, how the handlebar is designed, how the seat is designed, and everything. So these were the reference images I have used, and that's how I did it. So I modeled everything in the CAD software, pretty much to the exact scale, 1 to 1 ratio. Pretty much if you manufacture it, this is how this might look like. So I added pedals, I added the aluminum geared parts, I added the hub motor, I even made the battery section with a little indicator on the top and everything. And I saved all these files in STL so that I can move this part into Blender and give it appearance. Now I am in Blender, and let's see how this is. You can see I have made the appearance. You can see I have added some appearance to this thing. I added a pretty dark blue to this, and even had the TVS logo, a little bit shining part where it can represent much more. This is a matte black with this the shiny TVS logo, and I had to give like the battery percentage also here, the pedals. I even added chrome to the disc brake so that it will look authentic and real. So I had a little bit of blue in this so that it will look much better. So I had to give it the paint appearance. All the materials and colors I have put it in this section, and I had to export it in a file called GTIF or GLB. These are the two formats which are supported by the Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, so that you can import the 3D model into that. So I even added some patterns to the seat so that it looked like a cloth or leather being added to the top of the surface. Here, if you come here, all this image, I took the image which was in the Smart Connect app. I have edited the whole thing. I have changed the temperature, I have changed the speed, I have changed the voltage. Let me show you a different model of how this will look like. See, uh, this is just a stock iPhone which I downloaded from the website. Now I have applied a layer on top showing all these things so that I modeled this, and I just made this image as separate and I imported it to that project. And you can see how this one looks like. The 0 to 40 I have changed, the battery voltage similar. I have changed the average speed to 16 kilometers and the top speed to 39 kilometers, and I added all these iPhone items to the top. So initially the images were like this, a plain image 66 kilometers, and I changed it to this, so 39 kilometers and everything. Then I added the top part of the logo, and then I made it look like this, so you can import it into the iPhone and look like the app was really there. So I changed it from 66 kilometers to 39 kilometers, and 100 degrees Celsius, 31 degrees Celsius, and the best 0 to 60 will be 0 to 40, and the average speed is 16 kilometer. So I had to change in a lot to come to this part of the section, and I added the top bar showing it's like an iPhone, and I imported it into the Blender and made it like this. So it looks like a real phone which has been placed there with all the glass screen and everything, and the information is pretty accurate. Why did I go this far? I have no idea. I just had to do it, so I did this. Then I exported it at GTF and I brought it into the presentation. As you can see here, this is the model. I have brought it into the presentation, and this is how it looks. So I can actually change the view to anything I like. So if I made the model, I imported the model, and there it is. It's a fully complete 360-degree model, and you can rotate it and move it all the way around. It looks exactly the same. I was not able to add glass to this because if I add glass, it is going to have more uh, intensive process in the system to calibrate this and everything. And plus, if I even added the glass model, it will not look great because there is no environment to reflect it from. So I just added a plain reflective surface. So this is how it looks. So I added it to the presentation. You can import the 3D model right here, and you can animate it so simply. So I will link a video to where how this can be animated. It will be in the top left corner. You can watch it, either you can watch it in the description anywhere. It will that video will show you how to add 3D models into the presentation, and you can animate it. So I went from a concept, I modeled it using a CAD design software. I gave it material using Blender, and I used it in the presentation. And I wrote all these texts which would complement this presentation. I went too detailed and technical in this, but you will get the gist of it using this software and everything. Maybe I will just play you how the video turned out to be in the end, and you can be the judge to how. Some people even commented that it is fake. Yeah, I know it's fake. I mentioned it in the description, but I wanted to do this presentation. Now I did it, so I'm happy with how it came out, and hope you guys like it. So this was the behind the scenes. So that's it. That's how the video turned out to be, and so I got contacted by one of the person in the TVS company. He is the senior vice president of marketing. Well, he followed me and he texted me. I texted him back. He followed me and I texted him that it was a wonderful experience to do this. He replied, "Thank you for your enthusiasm and interest. Do stay in touch. You develop the concept further as a suitable at a suitable metro stage. Would like to host you at the Hosur factory." I know that was just a courtesy thing to reply to my text message, but if it does come true, I'm happy. I want to go and visit the factory whenever it's possible. So, thank you, sir, and this is my reply to your message. I was not expecting that message, so thank you.